In this video, I'll be dropping 10 quality tech items that will make an amazing gift this upcoming holiday season. Almost all the items that I'll be listing are items I've personally owned and tested, so I promise you they're all up to par in terms of quality and longevity. The first 5 items aren't the most budget-friendly options, so there will be some items in the first 5 that I give a budget alternative to. Now, if you are on a budget, you can skip to this time frame where I'll be listing the last 5 items as all budget-friendly. Now, with all that being said, here's my 2024 tech gift guide. Starting off with the first item on this list, a MacBook. Coming from someone who at one point despised Macs and the overall Mac OS, a MacBook will make an incredible gift to anyone. They're extremely fast for any workload and their battery life is phenomenal. Now, when buying a MacBook, Apple offers 2 types, the Air and the Pro. The Air is typically geared more towards lighter workloads such as school, responding to emails, and productivity tasks, while the Pro is for heavier workloads such as editing 4K footage, rendering, and 3D modeling. The Air is also significantly lighter than the Pro, hence the name, and price-wise, the base model MacBook Air comes in at $999 and the Pro at $1,499. Also note, Apple just unveiled their M4 chips only in their MacBook Pro, so if you do plan on buying a MacBook Pro, you'll be getting the newest and latest tech. The next item on this list that I'm sure a lot of you guys want is a PC. As someone who just built their first PC, the hype to having one is definitely there. PCs in general are quite expensive and you can spend a lot of unnecessary money if you're unfamiliar with parts or specs. Me. So that's why I recommend gifting a particular part such as the graphics card, RAM, or motherboard, since the return process is a lot easier than say a whole pre-built. For this gift idea, I would recommend you ask the person in terms of what parts they're getting, since everyone's always looking for something different. Though if you wanted to play it safe, you could always just give them cash so they could potentially go buy it for themselves. Staying on the topic of PCs and gaming overall, the next gift idea is a gaming monitor. Now, there are so many options out there that you could choose from, so to make it easier, I made a checklist for the recommended specs you should look for when buying a monitor. First, I would recommend the size of the monitor to be anywhere from 27 to 32 inches. Anything over that I feel like is a bit overkill unless they need that extra space for productivity. Next is the refresh rate, and honestly from 165 Hz and up I think is all you really need. My vertical monitor is a 144 Hz 1080p monitor, and up until recently was my main display, and I found no issues playing on a 144 Hz monitor. I would also recommend a 1440p or 4K monitor, though if you are on a bit of a budget, a 1080p monitor will do just fine. Also look for something called OLED. It'll basically have more vibrant colors, higher contrast, and deeper blacks in the image quality, making the overall experience when gaming a whole lot better. Do note, OLED is typically only available in higher priced monitors, so keep that in mind when browsing. Following up behind, this one's for someone you may know who might want to get into content creation or photo and video, a camera. Now, I've only used the Sony camera, so that's what I'll be recommending to you guys, but if you guys did want to check out other brands like Canon and Fujifilm, I would recommend doing your own research. The camera here is the Sony a7C Mark II, and it's actually the camera I film all my videos with, and it's extremely versatile when it comes to both photo and video. It can shoot 4K 60 and has a 33 megapixel sensor to produce sharp images. The C in its name stands for compact, which means that it's a lot smaller than the average mirrorless camera, making it a great option to bring on the go. For a more budget-friendly option, the ZVE10 is great for video, and the A6700 is great for both photo and video. Next on this list is something I literally bring everywhere with me, my Beats Solo 3s. They're extremely comfortable and the audio quality is really good. I typically use these whenever I'm editing, at the gym, or just wanting to listen to a couple of good tunes. Now, these actually aren't the newest pair, with the Solo 4s getting released earlier this year. I haven't been able to actually get my hands on them, but from how my Solo 3s are performing, I have no doubts in terms of quality. They're usually on sale quite often, especially on Amazon, for typically around $130, $70 down from the original price of $200. Now, moving on to more budget-friendly items, the next gift idea is an Echo Dot. My entire room is basically powered by my Echo Dot, and it's great when used with the next item I'll mention here in a bit. You're able to set routines and have your Echo Dot do things at a certain day or time, and I personally use it to turn my lights on at 5 p.m. since the whole time change. All of it is customizable through the Alexa app, along with its many other features. The audio quality from the Echo Dot is really good, and I'll typically listen to music on it whenever I'm cleaning or getting ready for the day. Hey Alexa, play. So the item that goes hand in hand with my Echo Dot are Govee lights. I'm not a huge fan of using the big main light, so no joke, my entire room is lit up with Govee products. Some items I'd recommend would be their light bulbs, floor lamp, and wall lights. Floor lamps are a great way to light up a corner space, and the wall lights are definitely a cool add-on to any setup. You can customize everything from within the Govee app and do some pretty cool effects on some of their products. You're also able to pair them with Alexa, making the lighting in your space a lot more efficient. Next is something I've used for years and is still up to par to this day, the Logitech G502 gaming mouse. In the box, box, you'll get the mouse itself, a couple of weights in case you wanted to make it a little heavier, and a micro USB cable to charge it. I guess the one downside is that it still uses a micro USB to charge it, though you can always opt for the wired version if you don't want to worry about battery life. Everything is customizable inside Logitech's G Hub software, where you'll be able to change the DPI, lighting, and set custom keys. Overall, it's just a great mouse for gaming and performing day-to-day tasks. Honestly, the next item is something I think can make or break your setup, and it's a light bar. It helps light up your space so much better and takes up little to no room being mounted on top of your monitor. It doesn't add any glare, and in fact, it actually helps with eye strain whenever you're staring at your screen late at night. The light bar I would recommend is the Quintus Monitor Light Bar. In terms of quality, it's comprised of a very durable aluminum alloy and plastic. There are 4 touch controls at the top of the light bar controlling the brightness, temperature, auto dim, and power, along with the USB-C cable to power it. Now, I bought this one a while ago, so it actually doesn't come with a remote, but the newer models come with a touch control remote you can set on your desk for easier usability. The last item of this tech gift guides are gift cards, more specifically Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation gift cards. I threw these into the more budget-friendly option since you're the one deciding on how much to put on these cards. These make an incredible gift, especially when you don't know what to get or you just want to play it safe. With 2025 just around the corner, new games are getting announced, and I'm sure many will want to see what the hype's about with all these titles releasing. So with that being said, that basically wraps up my 2024 tech gift ideas. I hope this video helped you figure out what to get all the people in your lives this upcoming holiday season, and maybe even yourself. It's definitely overwhelming when you don't know what to buy, but hopefully this video helped you narrow down some items and gave you a couple of gift ideas. If there's anything I missed or you feel like is valuable information for any of the items I mentioned, feel free to comment down below just to let others know what they're potentially buying.